Right. Earlier this evening, we had Jacqui on from Extinction Rebellion on the line. We're going to get her back because we had a huge technical failure, which was a bit of a shame. But let's just see if we can get Jacqui back now. Here we go.
Jacqui speaking.
Oh, hi, Jacqui. For some reason, I've got you on FaceTime video, but we can't see you, so don't worry if you're in your 90.
Good.
So, right, let's do it all over again.
No problems.
It was about 3 or 4 months ago, wasn't it? The ECAN incident where the Extinction Rebellion folk cut off the water to ECAN as a protest. Tell us what was going on.
Okay, so Extinction Rebellion, began in the UK in November, and we showed a film here in Christchurch of the XR talk and decided to set up an XR group here in Christchurch. And the first action, that we did was protesting at ECAN and shutting off their water for 4 hours in protest to see how they liked being without decent water. And of course that got attention, and we've gone on from strength to strength from there.
Right, just excuse me a minute, I've just got a low battery warning I've got to attend to, otherwise we're going to lose you again. Just a moment.
That's all right.
Be back with you very shortly.
Plug in.
Here we go. Right, it's causing a little bit of a buzz there. Hopefully that's not too much of a nuisance. Now then, so do you use agitation or propaganda as part of your strategy?
Not propaganda. No, I wouldn't call it propaganda. I mean, we base our
Well, you do
talk.
street theatre and stuff like that. That's what I was referring to.
Oh, yes. No, most definitely.
You know those street scenarios where you all dress up as something to do with something nautical and that kind of stuff?
Yes. Oh, we had a sea level rise party, most definitely, on Ferry Road. And we all, a lot of us got dressed up in snorkel gear and all sorts, and did a slow walk along Ferry Road, which is where we're expecting, sea level rise to come to at a point in the future, which it will. And yes, that was a form of protest, but Extinction Rebellion is based on non-violent civil disobedience. That is a sort of a mantra almost. That is what we do. That is how we work. That is how we get attention. That is our actions designed to make politicians get their act together.
You made a spectacular entrance into the council chambers to do a submission, and you were dressed in a huge meringue of a wedding dress. I don't think it was... that wasn't your actual wedding dress, was it?
No, definitely not. No.
But so you were there as Mother Earth to look after your children. How was that theatrical presentation received at council?
I think very well. I don't think that had anything quite like it in the council chambers before, which again got noticed and got some pictures in the paper. Unfortunately, I got a bit of ribbing at work. But yes, I was there as a guardian angel for Mother Earth, guardian of the earth. Why we did our presentation to council on Extinction Rebellion and why we should be taking better care of our earth and actually declaring a climate emergency and doing something. And of course we were there also with School Strike for Climate. They spoke at the same council meeting as well, which was fabulous.
Yeah, we're in for a bit of a problem if the permafrost melts, aren't we?
Oh, huge problem. But we're in for much more bigger problems probably before that. if we continue to have a totally disrupted jet stream, which we already do have. I mean, the jet stream is broken down. It relies, a healthy jet stream relies on a high and large temperature differential between the Arctic and the lower latitudes, and that is completely broken down. And that is what's leading to the heat waves in Europe. That is what's leading to the blizzards and the flooding and all sorts that's happening in the States. And, the heat waves in Europe, it's only June. We've got, 2 months to go yet. So I think the methane, yes, is a huge problem. If that kicks off, then we're in real trouble. But we are in real trouble anyway with the jet stream having broken down, and it will just not normalise for thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of years now. And that is a huge problem.
Yeah. Do you remain optimistic that it's not too late? Personally, I think we've had it, but what's your view?
My view is that it is too late to save a lot. It is... Yeah, it's not going to be very nice. We are definitely we're already at 1.1 degrees above pre-industrial. For 11,000 years over the Holocene, temperatures have not gone above or below 0.4 of a degree. And we are now at 1.1. We are in big trouble. And we are kicking off a lot of feedbacks, passing a lot of tipping points. We've lost the Arctic. The sea ice is going to go in the Arctic within the next few years. That will amplify temperatures. It will increase them hugely. We've lost the Greenland. That will eventually go. That will take a long time, but it will go. So we're already at sea level rises of at least 7 to 10 metres, and probably more, because we probably can't do anything about West Antarctica going now either. So we're in real trouble.
So where are you planning on living?
Sea level rise is not going to be an issue for years and years and years. We're going to face a lot of potential disasters before that, and mainly to do with food. This jet stream is causing, the broken down jet stream is causing issues with temperature extremes. We can see that right now. That is impacting food. We had temperatures in France of 45.9. That is a record. The last record was set in 2003 at 44 degrees. That year, that heat wave in August, I think it was, so late summer, in Europe killed 70,000 people. In 2010 in Russia, heat wave killed 56,000 people. What it did do was 40% of their wheat harvest. They lost it. So they banned exports of wheat. That then caused Arab Spring. So if we get several of those types of heat waves disrupting that food at the same time, we are going to be in real problem. Huge problem. And it's not going to be nice. And we probably will not be able to stop that. We cannot get back a normalised jet stream.
If any of our listeners want to find out a bit more about XR, where do they find you?
Okay, so we do have a Facebook. So Extinction Rebellion Christchurch is our Facebook, and we also meet at the WEA at Gloucester Street 59, I think it is, basically opposite the art gallery down that way. Pretty much every Friday, so the first Friday of the month, we have Extinction Rebellion Talk, which is about the climate science, and it's about Extinction Rebellion itself. And that is on the first Friday of every month. On the second and the fourth Friday of every month, we have what's called a heartbeat meeting, and we get together and we sort of go around the circles and see what we're up to, see where we want to go, discuss what we're doing and how we want to proceed. And just basically get together and at least have a download among ourselves as well. We need that regenerative sort of get together basically just to restore ourselves a lot of the time, because a lot of people are going through a lot of grief regarding the climate crisis and the ecological crisis as well. It's not just climate change we're talking about. We are talking about the sixth mass extinction as well of life here on Earth. And that's not just caused by the climate change either.
Well, the city councils and various countries are lining up inevitably one by one to make declarations.
Totally. Falling like nine pins. I keep looking at the climatedeclaration.org, I think it is, website, and it's just like that just keeps ramping up. And it's wonderful. I think we're over 700 jurisdictions around the world now. And New Zealand is going great guns. We're now declaring council after council. And that's the way we want to go. I mean, we had a nuclear-free sort of declaration, and that started at council level. So a huge amount of councils around New Zealand first declared nuclear-free. That then gave a mandate to the central government to say we're nuclear-free as well. And that's what we're after exactly on the climate crisis.
Right, Jacqui, thank you very much for calling us yet again this evening. Sorry we lost the first one, but great that you stuck with it. And we'd like to hear from XR again. Maybe another one of the group could call in on another occasion.
Perfect. Not a problem at all.
Great stuff. Thank you very much.
Okay. Catch you later.
Good night.
Bye.
Well, we're going to wrap up the program now. That concludes the things for this evening. Do join us again next Sunday evening. We're hoping to go to Wednesday evening at some stage, but we'll soldier on with Sundays for now. That's good night for me. I'm Nic Pegg. Thanks for joining us on After Dark.